Good Wednesday morning, y'all. I put 3 links in the chat box. Two of the links are in the description box for the replay for those watching the replay. Okay, first link is the 2024 mission to the moon, my referral link. And then early 40 to say 40% off. And then my Facebook group, which I do have an announcement for that. Yay. I am feeling better than yesterday. The third link in the chat box is to the new blog post I put up this morning. So I completed the Hocus Pocus race on Sunday, the 29th of October. I was going to do a Halloween spooky walk in the cemetery yesterday, but I just wasn't feeling good. I'm feeling a little bit better today than I was yesterday. But I did 27 miles. The goal was 26.2. The goal is always 26.2 miles, which is a full marathon. But I always go over, no matter what race I do, I always go over the Pluto, all of the, I'm still a little stuffy up here. So the, full moon, was 26.2. I think I did roughly 27 miles. The Pluto race, I did about 28 miles, a little over 28 miles. Hocus Pocus, I did 27. And then to Sydney with Love, that the goal was to complete a mile. I ended up not only doing a 5K that day, but going over half a mile on that 5K. So I just can't go that short distance of whatever. I got to go over. Not short, not that a full marathon is short, but anyways, the Hocus Pocus race is done. I went live on Facebook yesterday, posted it on Instagram. Yeah. Okay, so my goal for November, I have the 2023 Gobble Till You Wobble race that I ordered. I am impatiently waiting for it to get to my house, but the goal is to complete that race by the end of the month because Thanksgiving is on the 23rd. To also Veterans Day is not this weekend, but next Saturday. Not this Saturday, but next Saturday. But the goal is to also complete the Purple Heart Day race. I haven't picked a distance yet, but with this one it's 1 mile, 5K, 10K, 13.1 or 26.2. So goal is to finish this one by the end of the month too. I'm probably going to try to do the 26.2 miles, which we all know that I am going to go over, like I always do. For the Gobble Till You Wobble, I am probably going to go over on that one too. So, these are this one and that one. I also have the 2023 Santa's Big Day that I'm going to do in December. That is my December race. My shorter races that I might do is the law enforcement one. We were just at the sheriff's department yesterday. We went to the trick or treat that they have every year for Halloween for kids. And we also went to headquarters. There's police there, and it's also a fire department. So they were doing a trick or treat there too. So, and then Thanks a Load. So these two, they also are like the longer distance, like all the distances, 1 mile, 5K, 10K, 13.1 and 26.2. So they might be my shorter distances races. So I don't know. Is this? I don't know when Law Enforcement Day is, Appreciation Day is, anyways. So it's this. Yeah, you can see it like right here. So yep, you got all the distances on here too. So I am still working on the 2023 Year of the Rabbit, so I don't have an updated total for that. I'm still debating on, okay, the Hocus Pocus race has 2 medals and 2 bibs. One is the You Are the Hocus, and the other one is To My Pocus. They're friends forever. So you get 2 bibs and 2 medals, but you purchase 1 race. So I don't know if it counts as 1 race or as 2 races. So that's why I haven't updated the Year of the Rabbit one yet. So I'm probably going to count it as 2 races since there's 2 medals, 2 bibs. So it is so cool, satisfying, rewarding, and motivating to see 6 medals up there. So when I get up, I don't feel like getting up right now. Okay, so let's talk about the mission to the moon. It starts January 1st. Y'all are probably sick and tired of hearing me talk about it, but you know, I want as many people to join it as possible. It's a year long. It starts January 1st and ends December 31st. And so you pick your distance. You have anywhere from 500 miles for the whole year to 5,000 miles for the whole year. Where is my phone? There it is. It is quiet. So I decided to pick 1,500 miles because I average a little over 1,000 miles a year. This year, I'm going to sync my Fitbit, which is up on the charger. So, I do have 2,700 steps right now because I had to go inside Wyatt's school this morning to drop off some medication, and I ended up taking the long way to the nurse's office. Because the boys know the school better than I do. So, I did get 7 hours, 8 minutes of sleep last night, which is more than what I got. So, Fitbit updated their app so that you can now see the year. So far, like 3.82 miles per day, which is an average. So far, I've covered a total of 1,166.06 miles this year. Last year, which is more than last year. Okay, so last year, like when signing up for the race, well, for the Mission to the Moon event for next year, I took into consideration my miles this year. So far, miles last year, which was 1,103.08 miles. Average of 3.02 miles per day. Don't have for 2021. But in December of 2021 was an average of was a total of 68.95 miles. I know I had over 1,000 miles. If I go on the Fitbit website and do that, it was over 1,000 miles. So I am making okay. So 2020 is I had 974.7 miles. So I have increased over the last few years. 927.41 in 2021. 2022 is 1,103.08. And so far this year, 1,166.06 miles. So I will probably get another because we're getting averaging about 3 to 4 miles a day this year compared to in years past. 2019, 2020 was a little lower. 2019 was 1,011.19 miles. 2018 was 988.44. We don't have for 2017. But I know 2017 was the year Wyatt was born, and I was in the hospital the first 2 weeks to be induced. So I wasn't moving quite as much. So 2019 I was also in college. Well, 2020 and the first part of 2019, first 5 weeks of 2019, I was in college. I graduated 2019. So you know, so we still have 2 full months left of this year, so I could probably get quite a few more miles every day, like so based on, hold on, I'm sorry. Go back to the miles. Month. No, year. All right, so let's see, 3.82, average of 3.82 times. We got 61 days left of the year. So that is 233.02 more steps or miles if I do the average throughout so far this year. So about 230 more miles. So, or 120 miles if I do just 2 miles a day. So we're going to try to increase that to 1,500 miles next year. So I have already dubbed 2024 as Year of the Virtual Races. So, yeah, so the first link, after you sign up for the Mission to the Moon virtual race for next year, you will get a coupon code that is good as starting whenever you sign up for it to save you 35% off on all 2024 races. So you sign up for the Mission to the Moon race today. And then once that goes through, they'll send you an email. You'll get your coupon code, and then you can order your first of the 2024 races today and save 35% on that. So there is that. Anyways, that is good until December 31st, 2024. So go ahead. They have a bunch of virtual races for 2024 up already. I ordered 2 of the 2024 Year of the Dragon race, which is like the Year of the Rabbit race, but 0.1 miles up. And the Leap Day, the ones that I want to get. Okay, so hold on, let me see if I can get it on the phone. So categories. Let me see. Okay, virtual 2024. Okay, so they have the rubber ducky race, leap year race, which is 2.29 miles. Year of the Dragon, Stay Strong World Cancer Day, Race to Read, the Total Solar Eclipse, which I do want that. Good Vibes Only, Save the Polar Bears. Respect the Shadow, which I want that too. It's 2.2 miles. Peace, Love, Earth, Earth Day. The Shamrock, The Look of the Irish, 3.17, 5K. Well, slightly, a smidgen over 5K. And then the Easter Hop, Valentine's Day, Be Mine, See the World in a Different Way for autism. International Women's Day. I Have a Dream, Martin Luther King. Save Our Children. Fat Tuesday, which I want. Law Enforcement Appreciation Day. Okay, so this one is the 2022, and I don't know if you could. So they change the medals up each year. So I could show you another example of that. With the Lucky Day one. And Thank a Teacher, which I do want that one. So there's quite a few of the 2024 races that I do want that weren't on the website whenever I had first ordered the first of the 2024 website, the virtual races. So I am expecting some more races like the Gobble Till You Wobble and the Santa's Big Day. And 3 of the $3 clearance races. They were okay. So I live in South Carolina next to Georgia. Okay, so a lot of things go through Atlanta, and then the next Georgia. I'm not going to give exact location. The next Georgia USPS. And then from that one, it comes to the local, where in the city that I live in, USPS, and then it gets put out for delivery. But it went to the last stop in Georgia, and then it went back to Atlanta. I was like, why are you going in the opposite direction? Like, it makes no sense. Like, it spent almost 24 hours in that one, and it doesn't say it deported that one unless, like, it was in the bin. It's supposed to be here today. I want it today. So I don't know if the Gobble Till You Wobble is going to be in there with the clearance ones. I don't know if the Santa Claus one is going to be there, but the Gobble Till You Wobble is this month, and the Santa Claus one is obviously next month. So, so frustrated. I want my races. So, anyways, so yeah. Anyways, I am gonna get in the shower in a little while, and then probably go to Walmart and get some milk. A couple gallons of white milk, because it's cheaper at Walmart than it is at Food Lion. Plus, I need some packaging tape. I have no idea where my tape is at. So I need to make a truck payment by tomorrow, but the money isn't in my back checking account yet. I do have one. Not going to name the bank, but it was one of those free online ones. So I should have just went to Walmart, pulled it out once CVS deposited the money. So, Orga! I did transfer my PayPal money over. I might put it into my Cash App account, or I might move the. You know what I might do? Is take what is out of the savings on Cash App and just cash out to. So I have that in one card. All right. Standard. I do have Cash App. Okay, the one I'm using for a bank account one. Oh, why do I have to wait until Friday to use my monies? The one I have two Cash App accounts. I accidentally signed up for a second one. I didn't want to pay the 71-cent fee. So, whatever. I probably should have, but it is Wednesday, so it is nice to be able to have all my money in one account. Okay, so the Cash App. I have two Cash App accounts, okay, which I signed up for the first one using my fitness one email address, and then I went to sign into that using my other one, my first Gmail account where I signed up for the phone. Because you had to have a Gmail account. So it's like pick your cash tag. I was like, all right. So my cash tag for the second account that I'm going to use for my fitness/business account is before the fit. So, anyways, I just transferred everything. Like, I don't have anything in the before the fit Cash App account, but I just transferred everything out of my other Cash App account into my bank account. So I am waiting for the what's it called? The transfer from my child support card that I get child support from Wyatt over to my bank account. I don't know when that's going to happen. It said 1 to 3 days. It's been like 2 days, I think. So, yesterday I checked Wyatt's book bag before school, and he had done an art project. Elijah did this when, like, first grade, I think, and it was to draw a flower. Okay, and my mom got me either I got it or my mom got it, like a keychain and a cup, a mug. So yesterday before school, I ordered the keychain and the mug. So whenever the mug gets here, I'm going to take the one that Elijah designed from Elijah's and Wyatt's, and I'm going to put it up on display somewhere in my room, either on the storage unit or the 4-cube unit. And then I'll put the keychain with Elijah's keychain, and it is so cute. I will show it to you. So hello to my one viewer. So it is so cute. He definitely worked hard on it. So I can't wait to get the mug and the keychain. Yeah. And as soon as Elijah's school picture, I got Wyatt's school pictures. I'm just waiting on Elijah's school pictures. And Because I get the 8x10s for in my room. I gotta put Wyatt's up on the wall. Okay, my Facebook group. Okay, announcement time. Yay. Okay, so back in 2020, little backstory, because I don't think I ever talked about this on this channel. I know if you go over to the other channel in January, beginning of January, I uploaded a squat challenge video. Okay, so back in whenever the first video was actually the squat challenge video. Back in 2020, since 2020 was when the pandemic started, and hold on. One of the Beachbody coaches that I am friends with on Facebook decided that we're going to do a 2021 squat challenge where between starting December 1st, going all the way through December 3rd, rest days in the schedule. So I love squats and I love fitness challenges. So I was like, hey, sign me up for this. And I started to record videos and like doing the time lapse of the squats. And then I uploaded. Well, the time lapse started whenever I saw somebody on the app doing the squat challenge, the time lapse of the squat challenge. I was like, hey, all right, I could do that. That's a video idea, icebreaker. I was really nervous uploading YouTube videos, so I was like, all right, I can do that. So I didn't get the first 2 days, which I think I ended up forgetting about the first day, and it combined the first 2 days, which is a lot of squats for like the first day, and I was sore for a while after that, and or was it the second year that I forgot? Anyways, one of the two, first or second year. So I really enjoyed the squat challenge. So I started doing it in my Facebook group. Okay, so I copied the 2021 squat challenge and just updated it and posted it in my Facebook group and started doing it in my Facebook group, which if you click the second link that posted in the chat box, and it's the other second link in the description box for my Facebook group. We are, like I posted yesterday, that the calendar, like last year I started doing the calendar because I think it just looks a little bit better. All I did was copied and paste and got rid of the extra row and updated like the day 2. So I've been updating days 1 and 2 with the squats. I think last year when she did it, the Beachbody coach did it. They updated the last day, which the last day after coming off of like, okay, so the first 16 days you got under 100, and then on day 17 you got 100 and up. Day 30 of December 30th is 135 squats. And then on the 31st, you got 45 squats. So next year, if I do it for the 2025 squat challenge, I think I am going to do like 35, I don't know, 35, 40. Because then, I don't know. I will figure it out to where, you know, like the most squats you're going to do in one day is 150 squats. So I may change to that. So I discovered last year, but we're starting December 1st with a 2024 squat challenge. So in the Facebook group, I don't know if she's doing it or not, the Beachbody coach. I haven't seen it. I don't even remember which one is doing it because they're like quite a few health and fitness coaches I'm friends with on Facebook. A lot of them do Beachbody or Body as it's called now. I will call it Beachbody just like I call X Twitter. It's still Twitter. You type in twitter.com and it's still a website. Like, quit changing stuff. Anyways, so we are going to do the 2024 squat challenge starting December 1st, Friday, December 1st in the Facebook group. So, yeah. So click the Facebook group link and join the Facebook group. So, yeah. My group is not very big. It only has 5 people in it, and 2 of the people aren't even active. So I'm trying to grow that like I am trying to grow YouTube. So both of my YouTube channels. So I got 42 on one, 10 on this one. So woohoo! I'm trying to get to 500 on both. So yeah. My first goal is to reach 500 because there are hold on, I could tell you. YouTube Studio. Earn. Okay, membership supers. Start your earning journey. So at 500. So you need 3,000. You need 500 subscribers, and one of the following: 3,000 public watch hours, which I got 114 on my other channel, or 3 million public shorts views, which I got to get better at posting shorts. So, and then continue to grow is okay. So hold on. That you get the memberships, supers, and shopping at 500. So, and then at 1,000, you get the watch page ads and the short feed ads. So for that, you need 1,000 subscribers and one of the following: either 4,000 watch hours or 10 million short views. So, and then I also want the plaques. Okay, so I love the concept of the plaques, so showing you something tangible besides getting like the income from YouTube. I love the flexibility of YouTube. Like, it is Wednesday morning, okay? It is 11:15 Wednesday morning. I could go live whenever I want to. I can post whenever I want to about whatever I want to, within reason with the posting, okay? So, within reason. So, obviously, like, I know I write about this. I did like I do want to grow my my channels. So, and it's not just the income or it's not just about the income, but I also want to help people out. Like, on my other channel, I've been doing hauls. I will upload the squat challenge video out there because I've been doing that this will be like my 3rd or 4th time doing that. I did 2020, 2021, 22, and then this will be my 4th video for that one. So that is my yearly video. What else? Oh, I've been doing hauls. Like, with my grocery hauls, I started pointing out what is WIC approved and what is not. The kids and I were all on WIC. I was on WIC through my entire pregnancies with both kids and then postpartum. Wyatt, he was the only kid of mine that aged out of WIC. And Elijah, he was on WIC until about this time 12 years ago. Whenever we moved from up north to down south, because I didn't have a vehicle, I didn't have a way to get to the WIC appointments, so he was on it for 2 years, 9 months. He didn't use all of the benefits of the last month he was on it. So, but it is a really good program. And on the other channel, I have started a series, if you want to call it that. So of making things with the WIC approved food. I don't know. And then, oh, it's over there. And then I have a composition notebook that I had gotten at the beginning of, well, before the kids went to school. I started using that with, I took a screenshot of Wyatt's last month on WIC as a guide. Like the future benefits from the app, okay? And of what he had gotten his last month of WIC. None of us are on WIC right now. So, as a guide, like I started doing tips and stuff, recipes. Like I have 4 recipes on my other channel. Okay, the first recipe that I did was the veggie soup gumbo, but whenever I uploaded that, it wasn't originally part of the series. So I don't know if I'm going to update or redo that video, like do a new version of that video for the WIC stuff. But I just uploaded a new video like 10 hours ago. Okay. Of the recipe I used last night. Like one of the tips that I shared in that video was from the can of beans that I had used. That's where I actually got the recipe from. I gotta sneeze. Oh my goodness. The tip is like, I know I've said this before. Growing up, I never learned how to cook, okay? And it wasn't until like 12 years ago when we moved from north to south and I was home with Elijah like I am now. It wasn't until then when I started to learn how to cook. Really, I was 26 when I learned how to cook, and so I relied on recipes and stuff like that. Like we never really had too many things with beans in them, so I really didn't know how to cook with beans. Like you got dried beans, you got canned beans. Like what do you do with them? Okay, like seriously, what do you do with them? Like, okay, and then like I had one recipe that I had gotten from Cassie Ho's book, Hot Body Year Round. It's a kale and white bean soup, which I like to take recipes like that and make it my own. I tried it as written. Okay, so it's a really good recipe. It's vegan. Okay, so your protein comes from the white beans, the cannelli beans, which I think I'm saying that right. If I'm not, please let me know. So, but they're white beans, okay? Kale and white bean soup. I started using spinach and arugula in that. So it's a really good soup recipe, good for this time of year. Like when it's colder, I'm not ready for long sleeves and temps in the 30s. Okay, like it's getting down to 30 degrees tonight. So I started experimenting with different seasonings, and stuff like that. But we did, both White and I have gotten, my nose is itchy. I'm not feeling good. Okay, I'm sorry. My nose is itchy. Stop talking about me, whoever's talking about me. Um, sorry. So we would get a package of dry beans, and then at one point we switched to 4 cans of beans a month. So I started getting the cans of beans that had the recipe on the back of it. So like I would get the beans, and then I would go to the store. Well, while I was at the store, I would get the other stuff that we needed for the recipes. So that was really helpful. I really appreciate the companies that do put recipes on the backs of the cans, like specifically using that can of beans. And that is what I did on my last trip to Food Lion, which I did activate the shop and earn. Whoever has a Food Lion card, whoever shops at Food Lion, PSA, go in, download the app, go in the app, activate of the shop and earn for November. Okay, there's some really good stuff. Like, I don't know if it is the same for everybody every month, but go in and activate November's shop and earn. PSA. I did that this morning. Okay, so anyways, that does help. On my last Food Lion video, like I had gotten two different kinds of beans. Okay, they were both on closeout, and one was WIC approved and one wasn't. The pinto beans and the small white beans, that's the beans that I got. Okay, so the pinto beans, the cans that I had gotten, they were 56 cents a piece. They were not WIC approved because they were organic. The non-organic is WIC approved, and I talked about that in the video. So the small white beans were WIC approved, and like I even made a post on my other YouTube channel page about like how to, like, the Food Lion's way of doing. I can delete that video. So to save space, hold on, let me get into that to see if I know it's been a while since. Why do I have that screenshot of my walk page? Oh, for the clearance races, I got the Pi Day 3.14, squad goals 4 miles, and the 4th of July one, which is different than this one. And so, and I did save 35% off that. So, all right. So here is, I don't know if you could see the recipe, but there it is. Okay. So there's the recipe right there on the side of the can. It would be easier if I got the can because I got 2 cans. But for minestrone soup, the only thing on there that is not WIC approved, it has the bacon. Okay. The garlic bacon, the bouillon cubes, the beef bouillon cubes, obviously water, and the garlic. So, garlic is not WIC approved. I don't know why. But everything else, the onion, the carrots, the zucchini, the small white beans, the chickpeas, either fresh peas or string beans, and the plum tomatoes. I ended up using tomatoes from the garden. That is a different minestrone soup that I usually make. I usually do the Olive Garden version, which has canned tomatoes, the yellow squash, stuff like that. Okay, so here is like an example, like with the beans. You see how it says wick right there and right there? And then also, let me zoom in right there. If it's not a big sign like that, you see that little blue mark right there? It says wick. So that is another way you can tell if it's wick approved. Okay, so let me see if I can get it big enough. So like that. It'll say this is like the price of it right there. Um so and on the price of it, it's $1.89 a can. Okay, and I paid $1.29. You get so under normal circumstances it'll be like that. That is Food Lion's way of showing you what is and is not WIC approved. So, pro tip, peppers. I dice peppers up, put them in a gallon size Ziploc bag, and put them in the freezer. Same thing with spinach. Put it in a gallon Ziploc bag, and I don't know what that is. Some kind of soup that we had on October 23rd. Oh, I know what that is. That is the curry, the chicken curry that I made. So, I don't know if Walmart does this. I could look into it. So, I do need to go get a shower. So, look how pretty that sunset is. Or sunrise. Sunset. So, yeah. um so that is my little pro tip. I did a lot of my WIC shopping at Food Lion because it was easier to tell what is and is not on WIC. At Food Lion, okay, this month for me on Food Lion, the Shop and Earn. I do need to check out the weekly ad. Breakfast House, which you do get cereal. You could get the instant oatmeal as long as it's plain. Thanks, Mom. Instant oatmeal, um, honey bunches of oats, frosted mini wheats, Cheerios, um, grits, and cream of wheat. As long as those oatmeal, cream of wheat, and grits are plain, okay? Plain. So, baking items, condiments department, which I will probably get. I love my condiments, okay? Produce, canned goods and easy box meals, and dairy departments. So, you know. So, yeah. Which this month would be a perfect thing to do is like an entire WIC shopping trip. We're not on WIC anymore, which I think sucks. Okay, because like it sucks that kids age out of WIC because it is a good program. Okay, it is a good foundation for healthy eating. Growing up, I know for my family, we did eat healthy. Okay, so um we did eat healthy, but I know because we had access to like healthy foods. I know both of my grandfathers had gardens. So we were able to go there and get like the whatever they weren't using, okay? So they weren't going to use out of their gardens. I know going over to my grandparents' houses, whenever we stayed over there, we got to eat out of the gardens. So my one grandfather had two gardens, one lower and one upper. They did have some of the same things like tomatoes and cucumbers, peppers, that kind of thing. But one grandfather, the one that had the two gardens, had pumpkins. He had asparagus. The other grandfather had rhubarb, which my grandmother made a rhubarb pie, which was so good. Both of my grandmothers passed away before I had Elijah. One passed away 98 on her birthday. She had a stroke. And my other grandmother passed away a year before I had Elijah. So February of 2008, she passed away. And it wasn't until like 2 months later that I found out I was pregnant with Elijah. So, I was sad about that because I think my kids would have really loved my grandparents. It's like Elijah did meet one of my grandfathers. I had a bit of a falling out with my other one. I have not talked about this on either one of my channels, but there was a period of time when I did not talk to my biological father. Okay, the guy on my birth certificate is not my biological father. He adopted me. I did end up going no contact. That is my mom's second ex-husband, okay? He was an alcoholic when he was alive, and he was not the pleasant alcoholic. He was not the happy drunk, okay? He was a mean drunk, which is the whole basis for us moving from north to south, okay? So I went no contact with him, okay? It wasn't until like my late 20s when I went no contact with him. So I went no contact with that whole side of the family because obviously that's like he's their family. Like they know him, they know his drinking problems, they know why we left. So I just went no contact. I'm not in his obituary, I'm not in his father's obituary, not offended or anything like that. But it wasn't until I was about 26 when I started talking to my biological father again. So when I do talk about dad, it's my biological father. Um, at the time of my grandmother's funeral, I was 25. No, she died in 2008. So how old was I? I knew. Okay, 2008 minus 23. No, 22 because it was before my birthday. Okay, I was 22. And my grandmother passed when I was 22. I didn't talk to my biological father at the funeral because, like, between the time I was 6 to the time I was 22, he called me one time, and that was to let me know that grandma passed. So I didn't have anything nice to say, so I didn't say anything at all. Plus, a funeral isn't exactly the time or the place to be bringing stuff up. And my grandfather, being my grandfather, his dad, kind of took his side, and he's like, "Your dad has nothing but nice things to say." I was like, "My dad doesn't know me. He does now." Okay. At the time, he didn't know me. He like missed everything and stuff like that. So I was no contact with him from the time I was for about 20 years. So I am still no contact with that side of the family. I know that people have passed away in the adopted father's side. I don't claim him as my father. Like the guy on my birth certificate, I don't claim him as my father. I want no contact. I am still no contact 12 years later. So, bye. Anyways, so, all four of my grandparents that I was in contact with, minus my dad's dad. I don't even know if my dad's dad knows. My dad knows that my biological father, dad, okay, knows that I was no contact with Pap before his death. And the year he died in 2012, we were obviously out of Pennsylvania at that time. The year that I was thinking about sending Pap a birthday card was the year that he died, the day after his birthday. So I wasn't able to go to his funeral. I didn't see my biological father in person until 2017. Again, like after I started talking to him. So anyways, what was I talking about? I don't know. Oh, my grandparents. Okay, my grandfathers. So they had gardens, and I would eat what was out of their gardens. My grandfather with the two gardens that had the farm had cows. We used to get at least half a cow or a whole cow or something like that whenever he butchered the cows. And that's the fresh cow meat, the fresh beef that we got was the best beef. It's better than what you get at a store. Okay, and I get my gardening skills from my grandfathers. So yeah, I'm still picking stuff out of the garden. The peppers and the tomatoes that I used in the minestrone yesterday came out of the garden. Some of the herbs came out of the garden. So I do got to get as many of the herbs out of the garden today because it's going to below freezing tonight, which I'm not excited about. I know it's November 1st, okay? I am not ready for the cold weather. I'm not ready for long sleeves. I'm not ready for freezing. Elijah loves it. So he wants to move back north, which technically we can because we won't be looking over our shoulders anymore. Because the guy on my birth certificate is no longer Earthside. He is Warm Food. So last year was when we went up north for vacation was the first year that I actually could fully enjoy vacation going off there. Okay. So, you know. So yeah, I've already had a bottle of water and a cup of tea. So that's why I'm a little behind on the timer. It's like almost quarter till 12. It's all right. So I love gardening. I love fresh vegetables. I love fresh herbs. What? Hold on. I am an Amazon affiliate, so let me see. I know. Hold on. When is it? I thought I just wanted wait a blogger, which I currently am. Oh, okay. Which I may end up getting. Um, okay. Raised. I got the raised garden beds from Amazon. Um, the 12 foot by 4 foot. They're $60 right now. I paid 70 $70 for both of them. For the two that I have, the 12 by 4 by 1 foot, it is 1 foot high, 12 foot long. Which, if you measure it and you look at the other, my biggest complaint about it is that it is not actually 12 foot long. It mine come to about 11 foot. So I am going to add that to the cart. I'm going to get 2 more of those probably next month. So let me get to the reviews. All right, customers say they like the appearance and value of the planter. They mention that it looks great and adds a little uniqueness to the garden. They are also satisfied with the performance, which, it's great. I love my raised garden beds. Okay, like I'm able to have a bigger garden this year than I was in years past with planted gardens. Um, so they work great for adding space to gardens. On the other hand, some customers have reported the sides of the product bent easily, which they do if you're not careful, okay? Because it's galvanized metal, okay, and it's not the thickest metal, okay? It's not. Anyways, um, they also dislike missing parts, which my parts were not missing, okay? So I got all the parts, and opinions are mixed on quality, ease of assembly, which I didn't have too much of a problem getting it together considering the size of it. They come in they have the four corners, okay, and then like in the middle, there's two rods for in the middle, two sets of rods for like here and here to keep the sides up. And then you got three pieces for the sides, one piece for either end, plus the four corners. Okay, which they're not exactly corners. Your traditional, they are kind of um they got straight, and then you kind of got like a slant for the corners. Okay. Opinions are and size, like mine are 11 foot long instead of 12, which I am partially upset about. Missing a foot. I know size matters. Size doesn't always matter. Um, doobie 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 doobie. Doobie doobie. Okay, I do recommend picking your spot and then building it in that spot. Okay. So takes about an hour to assemble, one says. Um okay, so another person said it's only about 11 feet once you assemble it all. Um she said I would have liked they said I would have liked to my extra 4 cubic feet. So I would have liked the extra 4 cubic feet too. So I would have liked the entire 12 foot instead of the 11 foot. So yeah. I mean, so it says I'm trying to functional. Uh, so okay, one person said if I had to buy them again, I bought two. I wouldn't. They will serve their purpose, but quality is definitely lacking. The only reason why we bought these was because of the convenience of being shipped to our home. Um, I did. They mentioned, I figured there would be a tool or wrench or something, but there wasn't. I hand tightened everything, then used a screwdriver and wrench to tighten even more, which I had to do the same thing. That is one of my biggest complaints. Besides, like, I have tools. Okay, I have a toolbox full of tools, so that's no big deal. Get a screwdriver, get the wrench, whatever. Um, it would be nice for those who don't have tools to actually have the tools. Um, So, yeah. So, not 12 feet. One person measured 11 feet 1 inch. I measured 11 feet. It is 4 feet wide. I will say that it is 4 feet wide. It is not 12 feet long. Okay. That is my biggest complaint about it. It is not 12 feet long. Okay. I wish it was 12 feet. But even with the 11 feet, I bought two of them. Even with the 11 feet, it is still bigger, still provided a bigger garden for me than what I have had in years past living in this house. So, um, so to me, it is still worth buying it. So, and it is. I put them together by myself. I'm 5'2", so I put them together by myself. So it is not difficult to put them together. Slightly frustrating at times, trying to like get the sides to stand up by themselves, but it is not difficult for one person to put them together. So I would have liked to have the help to put them together, but I do recommend like picking your spot where you're going to put them and then building them rather than building them somewhere off site or whatever and then moving them because they are so big. So anyways, I've been on here for over an hour now. So I am going to get off of here, grab a shower, go to Walmart. I need a couple of things from there. And I really don't feel like going with the kids because that adds to the bill. So, and I would like to be home before I have to go get the kids anyways, since I do have to get milk. So, anyways, I am going to peace out of here for now, get my shower, and go to Walmart. So, peace.